Welcome to another War AS Sov commentary with me, Mars90. And today I will be playing on the town map with Cocksmith. And I saw on my or Ankel's YouTube channel that you'd like to see some Shogun videos, and I've seen that Air Carthage also makes Shogun videos, so I will make another campaign different from this. And yeah, hopefully I will get some new subscribers. So now we're just waiting for the last guy to finish. And this was pretty fun game, so there's some surprises for you. It's a bit laggy, so or a lot laggy, so you should expect some comments that is not synchronized with the sound. So I start off with a lag. I start off with a regular infantry squad, and I'll try to pronounce things correctly this week also. And put up a single video in a week. Yeah. And this movie might be some lessons for Cocksmith as well, because he's bad at city maps. City maps. And here my opponents are quick to the flag, which means probably that this is an unbalanced map. If you count path finding and such, or who has the quickest way to the area. So I tried to salvage what I could, but it wasn't much that I could salvage. Not much to salvage. And this is a scenario which I've seen many players find themselves in, who has faced me, and their Cocksmith blows up an entire squad. So spread out your guys. And this is a scenario which I've seen myself happen to a lot of players. Yeah, so you can just try to do as I do. Spam infantry! Since that's basically the only thing you can do. So I try to survive up with these two men. They've got a pretty good position, though I do not... I underestimate the height of the wall surrounding the MG guy, so you get shot from the street. I think they should increase the height of it. Seems pretty dangerous to have a wall that is that what's it called? Tiny. I call it tiny because I can remember what the other word is. I know that tall is the word for that it's big. Or perhaps I can... never mind. And here I try to ambush these guys while they run like shit, but my guys get shot like shit. So yeah, don't group up your men like this guy is doing. And Cocksmith and me got tons of kills due to players not spreading out. And if you don't know what to do with your soldiers, you kind of like, where should I put this guy then? Well, you put them in buildings. That's extremely effective on these maps, since players are totally, well, they complain a shitload about how to destroy infantry in buildings. Well, it's not that hard. You can't destroy them with small arms fire. That's basically it. Just forget that. Just use grenades and cook them. And usually players who have infantry buildings do not care for moving them, since they think they are invulnerable, which they are. a lot of the time, since no players around seems to know how to destroy them. And the pinging thing was, I told the cocksmith to what's it called? Yes, place his squad there so that we can cut off the center. And kind of reason why they have the center is because their right flank, which you can see in the minimap, it isn't manned by anyone. That guy went to the center. So yeah, this is a grenade war. My opponent, well, he should have bunched up and tossed more grenades. He learned this in the latter part of this movie. And thank God this is a pretty short movie, I believe. On like 25 minutes, not a 40-minute one. The Shogun part will be long. I'm just saying, long. Their movies will stretch far and wide across the country. And a tip for when using heavy MGs: don't place the heavy MG so that it can be fired upon very easily with conventional HE shells. You should place it in an angle so that it barely can cover the center. So it's more important that it's protected than that it's in a good position to some degree. Don't hide it behind inside a building or something where it can't shoot nothing. But in my experience, it's like a zit in the face. You just want to kill it because it just sits there and it's annoying. So just place it like this kinda. This is actually a bad position because he can fire at me still if he just moves his truck or his looks. And now that looks is a really big problem. We haven't got anything but this AT rifle bazooka to kill it. And for those who might have read on my channel, I told you that I played a lot of Rift and Shogun this last week. And Rift is an MMO basically, and it's a lot like World of Warcraft. You can just take. It took parts from all the MMOs and put them in its own game. So it's got some good features, some bad features. It's newly released, so it has some bugs. And I only managed to take out the track, which is a bollocks. And I don't know really what I should have took from Rift, so to speak. I could take some PvP videos, but they are no fun really. It just me healing. Heal if you play World of Warcraft. You might not think, you might think that you ain't doing anything, but you are. And one thing I don't understand with my opponent, he doesn't fortify that position that's closest to me right now, that wall section. If he does that, he can cover off half of the center. He doesn't do that. And yeah, that leads to me being able to cook grenades and throw them at him. So I will play a variety of games now instead of just playing one or two. So I will try to upload a few different videos from different games. I'm so watching this video too much, I can't speak at the same time. I'm pretty newly awakened as well. And yes, I've bought a mortar, the most annoying thing in the world on this map. And you really should try to open your mind when playing this game. I usually say anything is possible. And I mean it, an SMG guy can destroy an entire army. If that army is stupid as hell. And I've seen players put their mortars where I've put it now. And obviously you can shoot it from the church, or the cathedral, whatever it is. A very small church, no cross or something. Yeah, well, you can shoot it from that street. If you control the church, which my opponent, or the left opponent, did. So now I'm just mortar in the center and some flamethrower units on the right. Lovely to see those. Bring in lots of infantry. And there's a patch coming up, I've heard, or I've seen. No, I haven't seen it, I've heard. Coxmed read the patch notes. It will be out in April, which is about tomorrow or something. And it will feature some fixes to the, what's it called? Netcode, I believe it's called. So that people with FPS lag, they don't affect other people. So now there's one less thing to lag about. Usually it's the ping. Or I don't know, perhaps it's not. Another thing my opponent has stopped doing, he has stopped bringing in infantry. He has instead saved for a Panzer IV-H. I can't recommend that, since this can happen. I have now put in lots of infantry and eventually killed his entire squad, which leads to me capping it and fortifying it. As you see, I am putting infantry in the buildings, and if he moves infantry too far in that cap zone, I have my units in the buildings will be able to fire at them. And now he's shooting at my units in the back, I believe, or he just missed. So I moved them in a pretty good position. There he has lots of opportunities to flank, he just doesn't do it. And there's some flamethrower again. Barbecue. And yeah. So this opponent, which is in the center, he has no need for a tank at this point. If he had put in more infantry, he could have been more successful. And here I try to use these buggy buildings to fire at the enemy. At least I will get line of sight on these units. As you can see, there's a German at that tree. And this will probably be out of sync when I upload it too. Be like, what? What German? There are no Germans here. Don't worry, the Germans are coming. So when I believe this is clear now, so I'm gonna move in my entire squad. Mistake! So I tell them to lie down. And move in some more grenade throwing units. Oh, some more. I don't know if he's cooking the grenades. It doesn't seem like he is. And he might have been better off throwing 80 grenades instead, which I did. And the latter, great spamming. So he's got a pretty tight area locked down behind or above the stairs. So he's got it pretty secure now. I believe he's alone on that flank. Since about now 2 players on the right flank are forcing our right flank to fall back. So now I'm since my opponent in the center ain't bringing in an infantry to the center, he's probably just focused on the right flank due to being flanked all the time. So instead of clearing that area which he's being flanked from, he's gonna drive to the left of it, or on the right of it, if you watch the minimap. And all this to great frustration for Coxman. So yeah, I will probably do a showdown video after this one. I'm thinking of which difficulty level I'm playing, but I'll play on hard, I believe. Hard, I believe. My voice is failing me. Hate it when it does that. Does that. And I've noticed that the units move a lot by themselves, which I think is kind of strange. Units usually don't do that. Running around and getting themselves killed. But they haven't patched it yet since I played last time, so it's probably just paranoia. I wonder if this is the last video. No, it's not. Or last part, which it is not. There is lots of gameplay for you left. And yeah, if that had been an MG, he probably would have killed the entire squad. So when moving into enemy territory or unsecured territory, don't run in as a bunch, If I'd been there for 2 seconds earlier and I would have seen him, there would have been one grenade and a bunch of corpses left. So now I'm trying to put my machine gunner in this window so he can cover the cap. So cap. And here's my flamethrower, the hero of the day. Torching some trees, almost killing himself with fire. Ironic. And there's some blue. Someone was shot out of a window. I don't know why. Fame doesn't do that. But now the right flank has collapsed entirely, mainly due to our right flank guy not doing anything. Perhaps he was AFK. No, he's not. He takes in some shitty units later on. So now I'm just putting my flamethrower in a position where he can be as effective as possible, and I just flame through this building to make sure there's no one left there. So yeah, now I'm in a perfect position, as you will see. So now I'm gonna help them recap the right, while still having to defend 2 points. Not all of them being attacked. And to do this I chose the red guard. Probably should have gone with marines instead, but I chose the red guard because I could afford them. So as you might have noticed, I haven't bought a single tank in this match. So it's kind of a infantry only game, which some of you wanted. So yeah. though my opponent's gains tanks. I don't know if that ruins the entire thing. I played one infantry only. It's... Did I record that? I can't remember recording that. Well, basically it turned out to be a race with half tracks. All of our half tracks got about 2 MGs and 1 mortar each. Some got an officer. Wasn't the most skilled player we were facing. And I wonder if I pronounced that right, because it sounded like shit. Wasn't the most skilled players we were facing. So now this game will turn out to be an artillery partisan. Partying. And our opponent on the right flank, which he didn't do anything on the right flank. He just was saving for some artillery. I hate those guys. So I blow up this building. That's how much I hate those guys. So what our opponent should be doing instead of this is basically bringing in infantry and trying to caps positions, which they are not. Oh, they are right left flank here, as you will soon see. I believe this was the epic moment of my flamethrower, at least soon it is. Oh, this won't be an infantry, I will buy an T-34-85 as my single tank or something. And this can only shoot the 130 yards. 30 yards. And now our opponents wants to buy a lot of RT, which is useless, especially in these built-up areas. They do more harm than they do good. It's great. No, it's not. The weather's... Even if it was good weather, I wouldn't go out that much. I'm kinda indoor person. So yeah. What you should do if you're our opponents at this point: mortars and infantry. That's the name of the game. And I just bunkered down my mortar there. I shouldn't have done that. It was pretty rational. Since if he figures out that it's standing there, which he should have, he can just bomb it at leisure, whatever it's called. And it's a tree blocking me, so since I've got all the time in the world, I would kill some trees with 80 grenades. They should add points for killing trees. I think it's a good feature. It could be a good feature in this. And of course there's an asshole. Probably because we have an IS-1 on the left flank, I believe. There's a Stug in the middle. So yeah, I've voiced my concerns about buying tanks and not having infantry to do anything with that. Not having infantry to cover them. And I don't see why people buy them in that order. You might as well buy infantry first and run them into good positions and then move in a tank, because the tank can still can shoot at things you cannot see. So yeah, the infantry can see stuff. Yes. So since my opponent obviously doesn't have any infantry, I move up some infantry on the flanks. So my thirst for My first thought with the T-34 was to kill the units on the right flank, since Cogsmith's tank got taken out. But I changed my mind. And there's Nashorn getting hull destroyed. Can we get an amen? Amen. Well, not an amen. I would have got it otherwise. I would have killed it with my bare hands. I would have decrewed this guy and killed the Nashorn with my own hands. That's what I would have done. And here we see horrible shooting by my T-34. So yeah, there will probably be some strange sounds coming from my microphone, but that's probably because I'm moving my head and the microphone is kinda in a tight position between me and my headset or something. You would understand either way. So then my kamikaze guy got destroyed. And there's some artillery trying to destroy me. Stop shooting artillery, people. It's not worth it. Yeah. So I manages to hull destroy it, but not just hull destroyed. Hull damage. Perhaps I said hull destroyed for the first time as well. So yeah, I will try to do some Shogun videos. And we'll see how it goes. And since my opponent has done such poor supporting features on the left flank here, I will try to do some funny stuff with cars. And here's the epic moment with Flamethrower. He kills the entire squad. How funny isn't that? Buy flamethrowers in cities, they're just awesome. An entire squad of paratroopers. Yeah. So about now I know this guy hasn't got anything, because usually when people buy paratroopers, it's because they can't afford panzer grenadiers or any vehicle that will support any lesser infantry. So I'm pretty sure that he won't have anything that will protect his... what's it called? His mortal. So here it comes, and it's extremely difficult to drive these while it's lagging. Don't know how much this will lag for you, but... or be out of sync, that is. So yeah. I apologize, there's nothing I can do about it, I think. So epic clown car action. This is... if you don't know why it's called clown car, it's from another game called Red Orchestra, because it's ridiculous. In that game. Tree! Almost broke into a tree. Some nice maneuvers. And here my guy gets really stupid. He's like, I'm not gonna drive, I'm gonna reload this gun and do other things like get a wife, family. Not while in the Red Army. You will fight for Russia instead. And look how great the flamethrower is. Just flame on. So I can capture this area again. It's lovely. Oh yeah. About now everybody's out of points. so there's not really much much to say at this point. Lessons to be learned. Well, buy less artillery in built-up areas. Buy more mortars instead. Buy flamethrowers, pretty good for flaming out buildings and such. Killing infantry. Clown cars are awesome, and don't bunch up infantry. We get a lot of kills on that. Buy more infantry in city walk in cities. And the funny about that salvo was that he killed more of his own than killed me. Ouch, stings. Actually, that was a horrible salvo. You should have aimed at that statue instead. So you know that for next time. Aim for statues. So yeah. Yep. Well, what to talk about? Well, the movie's soon gonna end. About a minute left, so now you know how much out of desync I will be. So I tried to do some last puck shots at his tanks. I didn't know that it would end. Oh, it's nearly won this one. Well, good game to my opponents, and yeah. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, comment, and do such things. And I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of this movie. You will see how it ends. And I was able to put up a scoreboard before the game was closed. Bye bye. See you next time.